This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to goonlinetrainings.com. We have conducted two MSBA demos. People who are new, please give me your email IDs. I'll be sending those two videos for MSBA and Power BI introduction. So please watch those videos without fail, okay? And because I think I have covered most of the important, concepts over there. Whether you are a Power BI developer or MSBA developer, you must watch those videos without fail. I'll be sharing those two videos as well. And in MSBA, as we know, we have three modules, right? MSBA has three modules. What are the modules that we're going to be having? So MSBA has three modules, and MSBA is not replacement for Power BI. If somebody says like this, you should not start the course there because that guy is not a good guy. MSBA is a traditional BA software which is very powerful, high demand tool nowadays as well. So MSBA has SSIS, SSAS, and SSRS tool, right? So each one will take, this one will take 20 classes, 20 days, daily 1 hour. Okay. So daily 1 hour means it will be 20 hours or 22 hours maximum. SSAS will take 15 days. Clear? So daily 1 hour means 15 hours of time we need to have it. And SSRS may take maximum 12 days. It is 2 weeks, or you can say 12 hours. Daily 1 hour classes will be there. So this is what is MSBA. Any tool you can learn anytime independently. These are not dependent modules. Clear? So these are not dependent, but you should know only one thing, SQL Server. So people who wanted to get a job in, either in SQL Server or MSBA or in Power BI, so definitely you people have to study Power BI. Again, we are going to be learning reporting here, and plus we're going to be learning a DAX. And Power BI is recently launched software. Clear? So MSBI is launched when 2005. SQL Server is launched not now. It is almost very old to 1989. Clear? So if you wanted to go into MSBA or Power BI, you people should know SQL Server, and which is a 45 days modules. Okay, so 45 hours it will take, and we are going to be having very practical oriented sessions and completely real time. And you never say that I know basics of SQL. If you know basics of SQL, you are thrown out of the companies within 1 month time. Okay. So 60% of the work you have to do in SQL Server only. Remaining 40% only you're going to be doing in MSBA or Power BI. So weightage is more in SQL Server. But unfortunately, people are learning only Power BI for 1 month, and they think that they will get a job for more salary. So people who are thinking like that, they are the failure candidates. I'm telling you. If you learn only Power BI or if you learn only MSBA, you don't get a job. You should know very good understanding of SQL Server. I'm telling in all my classes. If you wanted to learn Power BI, don't learn Power BI first. Or along with Power BI, you should also learn SQL Server simultaneously, and you should also learn SSIS simultaneously. Power BI, especially Power BI people. But only don't learn Power BI. If you learn, definitely you are 100% failure candidate. So Power BI needs SSIS, Power BI needs SQL Server. Clear? If you wanted to learn MSBA, then leave Power BI and go in for these modules. Clear? SSIS and SSAS and SSRS, and you need not worry about Power BI. But people who are learning Power BI, definitely they should know SSIS and SQL Server. Along with MSBA, you should also know data warehousing concept. Clear? So this will be for, I think we have 1 week classes we have completed, right? So we are also going to complete later. So this is also 1 week. That means at least 7 to 8 hours. 7 days it will take minimum. It will take 1 or 2 days extra. So this is also very important. MSBA people and Power BI people, you should learn Power BI, SSIS, data warehousing plus SQL Server. Clear? So you need to plan minimum, 3 months time if you wanted to enter into MSBA stack or in Power BI stack. Power BI people should must learn SQL Server, data warehousing, SSIS, and reporting. Power BI is a separate module which is not going to be covered as part of this syllabus. It will be 30 days course, and we are going to be having a separate session. I think Power BI new batch is also started by Mr. Venkat. He is going to be taking your Power BI, things. I think two classes got over already. It is started 2 days ago. If anyone wanted to undergo the training, you can undergo. Every 15 days you will have a batch. Okay, every 15 days you will have a batch of Power BI, and every 15 days you can have a batch of MSBA. But once in a 2 months, you will have a SQL Server batch. If you miss the current SQL Server batch, you need to wait for till June. So no batches till April and May. Even though my website is saying April 10th, I think that is wrongly posted. So no batches of SQL Server in month of April and May. Clear? If you have any friends, and let them know that they can attend the current batch only. I'll give you the previous batch videos of SQL Server. They can continue in the current batch. So no more SQL batches till June. Clear, guys? So you have these batches every 15 days. You will have new batches for this. Clear? So I wanted to tell you, so why SSRS? SSRS is the reporting tool, and SSRS is also having much more demand along with Power BI nowadays. Power BI is having much more demand. Along with that, you have a lot of other tools like we have a Crystal Report, Business Objects. Lot of people are also using different reporting tools. We have thousands of reporting tools are available in the world, but what is the best reporting tool? If you ask me, I can say, not only I can say, everybody will say, number one reporting tool in this world, I'll show you. This is the tool. What is it called? Microsoft Excel. So this is what is the number one reporting tool in this world. Clear? So Power BI is advanced version of Excel only. Remember this point. Okay, many non-IT people turning into Power BI because they assume that if I know only Excel, or if I learn at least Power BI, they think that they will get a job in Power BI. So definitely Power BI is advanced version of Excel only. Anybody can learn. Anybody who does not know programming, they can easily jump into IT industry, especially for MBA graduates, MBA people, BTech non-technical guys are jumping. They are thinking that it is advanced version of Excel. That is true. It is advanced version of Excel only. But without SQL knowledge, without MSBA knowledge, don't directly jump into a Power BI. It's very problem. Clear? So Power BI, maybe it is advanced version, but you are not there to only work with the Power BI forever. Clear? You need to work with SQL, you need to work with MSBA, plus you need to work with Power BI. Clear? Reporting means what? Reporting means lot of visualization you wanted to create. For example, who needs reports in the company? Is it a technical people needs report? Not technical key people. Always reports are used by managers, sales manager, branch manager, head of the department, CEO, and all the managers who are technically completely zero people. So managers means completely they will take care of the business. They don't know anything about the technical things. So those people know at least Excel. They can create some simple reports on their own. They will not be able to create a complex reports. Clear? If you wanted to create a complex report by getting the data from Cube, by getting the data from different sources, means the people like a Power BI developer, SSRS developer, BA developer, we are going to be recruited. Am I clear? So what is a reporting? What is a visualization? Means, for example, I have a sales in January is $10 billion. I have sales in February $20 billion, right? I have sales in March is let us say $7 billion. So everybody has data. So data is always boring, right? So what is interesting for the people? They don't want to see the data in the textual format. So this is not the way the company wanted to see it. The company wanted to see everything in a chart format. So this is what is called visualization means. Clear? So this is what is means visualization. You get the data, you crunch the data, you clean the data, you create a beautiful metrics like this. But people don't like this. People wanted to see a report like this. Clear? So this is what is called a reporting. This is what is called visualization means. Now I wanted to show you some business intelligence tools, how neatly applications are going to be using. For example, I go to Google. Okay, so I wanted to go to Google, and everybody knows about share market, right? Everybody knows about share market. So all over the world nowadays, a Tesla company share is completely boosting, right? Many people are getting lot of revenue from Tesla. In India, we have a lot of companies like TCS, Infosys, right? Hindustan, Unilever, and we have Britannia. So a lot of companies also giving a lot of revenue. So if you wanted to simply, do some kind of a data analytics on the share market data, for example, I wanted to know Infosys. Infosys is one of the IT company in India, right? So I want to see, Infosys share price. When I click on this, now you're able to see this report. Do you know who has created this report? This report has been created by SSRS. Okay, this report would have been created SSRS, maybe with Power BI, maybe with any reporting tool. So Google is neatly calling SSRS application now. Okay, but nobody knows that Google is using this business intelligence application. Now, when you see one day how the share price of then this one, then when you see 5 days, now see the color is changed. What is the color now? Color is in the green. Now when you go to 5 days, why it is in red? So it is completely volatile. It is not stable, the share price. But if you see 1 month data, it is unstable, right? You see last 6 months data. So the share price in month of September 2020, it was $1,000. Now it is almost 1,338 bucks. Okay, so you can see it is 1,370. That means people have invested, $1 million. So within 6 months of time, they will get at least 30% of revenue. 30% of revenue you will be able to get. So people can easily understand by these numbers and by see these. This is what is called business intelligence. They have the data, but user can easily understand. YTD means what? YTD means year to date till January 1st to, it is January 1st, okay, to till date. What is the sales? What is the share price of this company? What is the 1 year data, 5 years data, maximum data? Maximum dates day one. So people who have invested, in 1999, people who invested only 11 rupees in this share, now they would have got, how much is the amount? This much of amount they would have got it. Clear? So that is how people can easily analyze. Clear? So there was a saying, people have invested, many people will not think about share market. They think that share market is very, very bad. Okay, share market is not very bad, it is very, very good, but only problem is that we don't understand the share market clearly, right? This is the company Infosys, Indian IT company, right? So people have invested at least 10,000 bucks, 10,000 rupees INR, Indian rupees, in 1990s time. Now they would have got today at least 200 crore. Clear? So this is what is the amount that people get it in Indian currency. Clear? Share market is not so bad as you think, because only thing is that we never study. But now all these things a end user, even my wife, can study. This is what is called a beauty of business intelligence. So the data the share market has, we are neatly converting the data into visualization, and we are giving a lot of colors, lot of items, so that people can understand very, very easily. For example, you wanted to know what is the share price of Britannia biscuits, right? This is one of the biggest company worldwide, right? So you can see it is very, very good. Nowadays the price is this much. Clear? Now, last 5 days, how the price is. Last 1 month, how the price is. Last 6 months, it was completely volatile. But last 1 year, see, 2,400, it is almost 3,500, almost doubled. Clear? That means people who have invested $1 million will become within 1 year or within, it is large March, 20 to this March. So people have invested 1 million, they'll get within 1 year, they'll get 2 million. So if you're going for fixed deposits and everything, it is waste of money, energy. You can think about the Britannia biscuits, number one company. You can, put your money into this kind of a companies. But the problem is that we don't buy good company shares. We don't know what is a company, shares at all. We buy bad companies. So we have a lot of good companies that we never study this kind of a reports. Clear? So this is what is called business intelligence means. Business intelligence means you convert their data into meaningful data to the company. Anybody can easily understand. So they can easily say that if I invest a 2,000 to 500 bucks today, you will be able to get. Okay. There is one more company. Many people will be in India. Bajaj Finance. Okay. This is number one company. Now see this, how this is happening. Last 1 year, how this company is growing. If you have invested, 4,000 bucks 1 year back, now what is this? It is 9,000. That means doubled, tripled. Clear? So the companies are very good companies are available, but we never analyze the company's data. We never know the companies are giving you this much of a business. But only thing is that we don't know about their data. The Google is giving you very, very clean reports with the help of business intelligence. Clear? So all these things are, you simply go to Google, you can also see a lot of reports here. Clear? If you need anything, for example, I wanted to know Indian Railway share price or India Bulls share price. If you want to enter this, this is a report already coming. So you don't know that this is a business intelligence application only, which is giving you a lot of information. If you wanted to read more on this, and there's a good, by Money Control, one more website. So about this share price, okay, what is the share price, and whether it's good or bad. So a lot of things the other websites are going to give you, but this is the one, taken by a reporting only. Clear, guys? So all these things we should know. In and in out we are using reports, but you're not aware that it is being created by a developer like you only. Clear? So this is what is called visualization. Lot of things we can understand by seeing this, this kind of a charts. So this is what you people are going to be creating when you join the company as a Power BI developer or MSBA developer. That's what you should know. Clear, guys? So now, so as we know, in SSRS, so we're going to be discussing what is SSRS, steps to create reports, and SSRS scenarios, tools to create reports, reporting tools in market, reporting services life cycle, highlights of reporting services, delivering reports using cloud, and all of them we're going to be learning. So what is SSRS? It is an application given by Microsoft as part of MSBI, render the business data in rich format. Not only SSRS, even Power BI or a Tableau or a Crystal reports or even Excel. Excel is number one reporting tool worldwide. I'm telling you, even though you're very good in Power BI, very good in MSBA, many sales managers are going to be using, Excel as a good reporting software. Clear? So, which is going to be having a presentation logic. Look and feel will be there. Web enabled report. Web means cloud based reports can be created. Download the reports in multiple formats, Excel, PDF, TIFF format. Secure the reports or centralize the reports and web and mobile reports. Clear? And now let us understand what is the reporting first. Clear? Now, as we discussed already in MSB demo, the previous demos, demo number one, demo number two, we are going to be getting the data from different sources. Okay. What is the sources are called? Sources are called as OLTP, right? So the OLTP source could be, you may be getting from different sources, like it may be database. Okay, it may be database, or you may be having a source like Excel sheet, or you may be having a data in a flat file. All of them are what? All these are called as OLTP sources only. Clear? It may be database. It may be some of the data of the company is available in Excel sheet. Some of the data is available in the company of a Lotus Notes. What is a Lotus Notes? Which is one more application, right? So all the data we are going to be taking from this, and what normally we do, all the data we are going to be taking from here with the help of ETL software. That is what we discussed already. We are going to be using SSIS, SQL Server Integration Services, and which is called as ETL software that we're going to be using. You get all the data from databases, all the data from Excel sheet or the Lotus Notes of a given company. Which company we're talking about? Let us say Amazon company. So when you go to Amazon company says, I have a lot of data, Bhaskar. You take my data, you create a beautiful report and you send it to me. And I'll ask them, where is your data? They say that I have some data in database. This database is available in India. And these Excel sheets also have some data. This may be available in US. And I have one more application called Lotus Notes, or I have one more application called SAP. And these applications are available, let us in a US Redmond or UK, London. But all this data belong to a single company. So you cannot go to India and create some reports with the help of these databases. You cannot go to US and take the data from Excel, create some more reports. You cannot go to SAP and Lotus Notes and create some reports of the data. So that is completely irrelevant and confusing. What we do, all the data belong to single company. We should get the data with the help of SSIS, and we clean the data. The final data we are going to be dumping where? Into a data warehousing. Clear? So that is what we already discussed in the demo number 1 and demo number 2. What is a data warehouse? Also, I told you data warehouse is a large database. All the data is going to come here. So into the data warehousing. Clear? So once you create, when you dump, once you take the data, once you create the data here, so using this data warehouse, what we do, we are going to be storing the data in the data warehouse. Later, we are going to create what is called as a SSRS or Power BI reports, where after taking the data from the data warehousing. So we have a lot of companies data, every day data, every month data will get stored initially into OLTP server. From the OLTP server, SSIS is going to be taking all the data from here. It is going to be dumping into data warehousing, and a data warehouse is there only to store the data. Warehouse means what? Go down. It is going to be storing a large amount of company's data, but end of the day, so SSAS that is there, so which is going to be processing your data. Clear? And in SSAS, what we do, we create a cube. Okay, we create a cube, we process the data. I told you, right? For example, there is a data called 10 and 20 here. I wanted to know what is the total. The total will be happening in your SSAS. So the total is 30. Clear? So when you have only two numbers, manually also you can sum it up to 30. But if you have 2 billion rows, 2 crores, 20 crore rows, 2 billion rows here, and the summing operation will be very, very tough. Clear? Because we have unlimited data, so much of a data in the data warehousing. All this data is belong to a Amazon company. Amazon company, one day business, how many transactions they'll get it. All the data will be available in OLTP. Once in the evening, or once in a Sunday, what they do, all the data, the transactional data from this location, the data is going to go to data warehousing. So data warehousing is going to be having OLAP data, or it is completely called as historical data. So this is what is called OLAP. So I clearly discussed what is OLTP, what is OLAP. OLAP means where you're holding historical data of the company. Clear? Last year, you would have purchased a lot of data from Amazon.com. Do you know where is the data? So whenever you purchase a new, the data is going to come here. The data is going to be going here. So you may be buying a, using your mobile phone or using your, laptop. You're buying a lot of items from Amazon. So the data is going to come to one of these servers. So this data once in a, a week, once in a month, it is going to come to where? Data warehousing. Clear? So data warehousing means historical data, lot of read-only data, large amount of data will be there. So using this, data warehouse, we are going to be creating a lot of cubes. Cubes are going to be processing the data. The data is available here. Now, what we do, we are going to create a lot of reports. Clear? Now, this report can be any report. So, this data you should be able to get from the cube. We create a lot of reports. That's what we already discussed in the two meetings. So, what tool you may use? You may use Excel tool, or you may use Power BI software, or you may use SSRS software, or you may use a Tableau software. Okay, so Tableau is also one more good software, or you can use a crystal reports. Okay, or lot of reporting tools are available. You have a Looker. Okay, you have a Looker. Lot of reporting tools are available. You have Looker, you have business objects, you have crystal reports, you have lot of things are available. So one of the reporting tool that you can use and create this kind of a beautiful reports. Clear? So reports are going to get the data from cube. So what is going to be, cube is going to be having, cube is always going to have aggregated data. It is a summary data. Clear? So summary is already somebody done it. You simply take this and you're going to be creating a lot of visualizations. Now, one source is a cube. You can also get the data directly from data warehousing. That is also one more thing you should know. So report tools get the data from, maybe from cube, maybe from which one, data warehousing. It may be getting from SAP also. You can also give the data directly from SAP. You can create a Excel, Power BI, SSRS reports, or you can get the data from Excel sheets and create a report, or you can also get the data from databases and you should be able to create a reports. So what you need to understand, reporting tools does not have the data. Reporting tools are only to create a lot of visualizations. So reporting tools get the data from any data source. The data source could be what? It could be a database, it could be Excel, it could be SAP, Lotus Notes, Android, X or Y or Z. Clear? Each and every reporting tool has at least 50 to 60 data sources. That's what you should understand. Clear? So not only business intelligence application, other applications also you can connect. For example, I can connect Android application here and I can create a beautiful report. I can also use a cube. I can also use a data warehousing. I can also use Excel, SAP, anything you can use. So Power BI, Excel, SSRS, and Tableau. These are called reporting tools. These reporting tools needs a data. Remember this point forever. So you need to supply the data. Where is the data? Data may be anywhere. Data may be available in anywhere. Clear? So you should know that the data may be coming from a cube. What is a cube? We are going to learn 15 days later. We're going to be talking about cubes. We're going to be learning about data warehousing. So no worries. But as of now, we should know reporting tools are not does not have any data. They need data. So where is the company's data? Company's data will be available in data warehousing technologies or any other technologies. Clear? But if you're using a business intelligence application, it means many companies are going to be giving you data warehousing along with the cubes. Not only one cube, you can have multiple cubes are available. So one company will have one data warehouse, 100 or 200 cubes are created based on that single data warehouse. So I told you also, what is the data warehousing size? I told you one single simple calculation also. If you think that every month you are getting 200 GB of data per month, okay, 200 GB means what is the size? I'm talking about 30 to 40 millions of records, rows. Okay, millions of records you're getting every month, 200 GB. So every month 200 GB into 12 months. So within 1 year, you will be able to get a 2.4 terabytes of data for 1 year. I'm talking about per year. So I'm talking about 10 years of data. So what is the data? 24 terabytes of data the data warehouse has. Clear? So data warehouse will have always terabytes of data. and OLTP systems will have data in GBs. If you get 200, 300 GB, then definitely with the help of SSIS, they'll push it. What is SSIS? SSIS is ETL. ETL means what? Extracting the data, transforming the data, loading the data, which is simply data importing, exporting software. Clear? If you learn Power BI or SSRS, you don't get much work in only Power BI and SSRS always. You will also do a lot of ETL activities. Clear? So SSIS is very, very important. Plus, data warehousing is very, very important. And even cubing is very, very important. Clear? You cannot say, sir, I know only Power BI. I don't know anything else. So your manager will not listen to these words. If you don't know, you learn and come. Or I'll give you 2 days of time, you learn SSAS and come, and day after tomorrow you need to work on SSAS. Or they'll say you work, you work on SSIS and come, because we're getting a lot of SSIS work along with Power BI or SSRS work. So you cannot say I will only learn always Power BI and I need job in only Power BI. So that is not going to happen at all. Power BI is not a replacement for MSBA. That is also, you should know, Power BI is one more reporting tool. It is not going to come with Power MSB. You need to install Power BI separately. Clear? So Power BI is a reporting tool. It gets the data from different reporting tools. That's what you need to understand. That's what this slide says. So Power BI or SSRS given by a reporting tool. So this is for from MSBA. Power BI got to be downloaded separately. Render the business data, presentation logic. A presentation means how to show the data. Clear? So for example, when you apply a makeup on a hero and heroine, what happens? You will, look beautifully, right? So reporting tools are simply a makeup rooms. So when the data goes to the makeup room, it comes out very, very, beautifully it comes out. Clear? So all reporting tools are, you assume that these are beauty parlors. These are nothing but a makeup rooms. Data goes in, it will come out very, very neatly, beautifully, and the reports are very, very neatly shown to the end users. That's what you need to understand, which is a look and feel logic is completely enabled. Clear? And once you create a report, how the reports can be seen. For example, I am creating a lot of reports here, and how I can send my report, because I need to send the report to my user. My user may be in America, my user may be in German. How do I send? Either you can send an email, but if I have 10,000 users, sending email is very, very difficult, because one report I need to create, I need to send it to 10,000 people. Tomorrow the email ID changes, tomorrow the company changes, user changes, lot of problem. So distributing via email is good option, but that is not very good option. Clear? But how do I send my report? So all the reports are completely now dump into a web. Clear? So all these reports are will be given to the web cloud, remember. Okay? So you create a report, you deploy this report to the web or cloud. Clear? Every company will have a website, right? So in that website, you can see the reports. Clear? How the reports are, will be seen by the end user. For example, you're a business manager in Britannia Biscuits. You wanted to see how the sales of Britannia biscuits are happening in your country or in your region. So this manager is not going to be installing SSRS or a Power BI or SSRS, nothing. No software is going to be installing. He will simply go to his website. So in a website, you can simply www dot say, for example, I can go to my website. I would like to see what is my sales last month. I am the CEO of the company, or I'm a regional level manager. What I do, I simply go to my website, goonlinetrainings.com. Clear? So somebody is creating reports. For example, you people are creating reports for my company. I create one tab here called reports. I create one tab called reports. I click on the tab. Clear? The tab is going to connect it to SSRS or Power BI, which is going to show the reports in PDF format, or maybe going to show the reports in chart and everything. So end users are not going to install software like Power BI, MSBI in their laptops. So they should have only internet, and they can go to their website. You will create a small a tab called reports. They need to click on that tab. When they click on the tab, they will be able to see a lot of reports in that page. Clear? What report you need? Last month sales report, current quarter sales report, last year report, current year report. Okay. And reports, brand wise. For example, Britannia biscuit has a lot of brands, right? They have this product, wise report, this product sales report, that report, lot of filters, this one, that one, lot of things they can filter it. They can see a lot of reports here. And whenever they click on something, it is going to ask, the website is going to be asking you user ID and password. Why? Not everybody can, should see the report. If you're an end user, you're not allowed to go into the report. If you're a business user, that means manager in the Britannia biscuits, you should be able to have a, user ID and password. You can see the report. Clear? So you people will create, you and me are the technical guys. We create a reports and we deploy the reports to the where web. Every company will have a website, right? Your company has a website. Even though I have a small company, I have a website, goonlinetrainings.com. So what I do, I create lot of reports as a SSRS developer or Power BI developer. Now tomorrow I'll deploy these reports to the web. How to deploy without writing any code? Any non-technical guy, people who do not know anything about websites and people can easily deploy. It is very, very easy. It will take a maximum of 2 minutes. So that is how the SSRS or Power BI are created. Clear? Do you know how the website is created? You don't know. How it is working? You don't know, right? But somehow it is working. Tomorrow you create a lot of reports, Power BI reports or SSRS reports, so that you can deploy to where? Deploy to the cloud or web. Okay? Web is means online. Okay? Or nowadays people are giving a beautiful name is called cloud. Cloud means online web. Remember, clear? So you can deploy to the web. So this is the end user. End user means a business user who's going to be taking the decisions. Clear? So these users are always connecting to what? To the website of the company or a web portal. Clear, guys? So this is how reports are going to be created. So one interesting point you can understand, reports are not going to store the data. Reports are not going to be having the data. The first problem when you join the company, for example, you're a Power BI developer. Okay. The first day they say that you have data in SQL. That's what they say. Okay. So who people who have learned only Power BI, they don't know anything about SQL. So the first problem starts here. Then they say you should know. Then they say your manager comes and say, hey, John, you do the data modeling of this. Okay. So he is going to be recruited as a Power BI developer, but a Power BI is going to create a report visualizations. But where is the data? The data is available in SQL. SQL means I'm talking about RDBMS. So they have some data. Then the next point they'll say, hey, John, you create a data modeling. What is a data modeling? These people will not know. And your manager is saying, hey, you create a one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship. You understand cardinality, you understand this, you understand this, you create a report. This guy will go mad because they don't know anything about SQL. That is where the failure starts day one itself, because they should know Power BI only to visualize. To get the data, you should know in and out of RDBMS only. As I told you, 60% of knowledge you should have in SQL only. Clear? And if they say, hey, I don't know where is the data, or people will say the data is available in data warehouse. The next one, you should know what is a data warehouse. Okay. Your manager will say, I have data in data warehouse. John, you take the data and you try to connect and do this in. I think there is a dimension table, there is a fact table. Or they'll say that, hey, data is available in a cube, you write MDX and DAX. So all these things, if you don't know, if you know only Power BI, the failure starts in the day one itself. Clear? So never do this, never do this. And don't suggest anybody to also learn only Power BI directly without learning SQL Server and all of this. You can learn parallelly. Morning 1 hour Power BI, next 1 hour SQL Server, like that you can parallelly. Maximum 2 months time or 3 months time it will take. Clear? So you should know that, so uh, reporting tools, will not store the data on their own. Okay, so this is one more point you should know. Repeating tools do not store data. Okay, and reporting tools are going to be used to create the reports, and you always deploy the reports to where? Deploy the reports to web is called as what? Online, or you can say cloud. Clear? So that is what you need to understand, web or online or cloud. Clear? So as a technical developer, BA developer, or as a report developer, you must have the software like SSRS, or you can install the software as a Power BI, blah blah blah, in your computer. But the end user. So what is the software normally they have? They have Excel, and they have Excel, or they may have any other they should have only Excel, or they should have internet. That's it, nothing else. They should know what is the website where the reports are available. They are not going to be installing any softwares for them to view the reports. Clear? How the end user is going to be report? Okay, you can see the reports. They can see reports. They can reports they can see the reports online, or they can also download the reports in the PDF format, or Excel format, or image format, or any other format. Those end users are the guys who's going to be downloading the reports in their computer. Which format? Most of them are going to download in the Excel format, or download in PDF format. So these are the things that you should know clearly. Am I clear? So that is what you could understand. You can use any reporting tool. So that is what is the thing one. So secure the report, centralized, they can download it. Web and mobile reports can be created. Web means they can go to a computer and see the website and get. Or I can go to a mobile phone, I can install an app. So Amazon app I can install. I can buy the products as an end user. If I'm working for a senior manager in my Amazon company, I can also see lot of reports in my mobile phone using Amazon app. Clear? So mobile reports also can be created with the help of SSRS. Clear? So this is newly introduced in 2016. Now, how to create a report means, if you create one report, 1,000 reports, these are the things that you need to have it. Create a project first, add a new report, create a data source, create a data sheet, add a data region, format the report, save and preview, build and deploy the report to the web, cloud, online. So whether you create one report, thousands of reports, either in Power BI or in SSRS or any other software, these steps will not change. Clear? Anybody can learn Power BI, anybody can learn SSRS, because reporting tools are without coding, only drag and drop tools. Clear? So that is the easy. But only thing you should know, without SQL Server, don't jump into this kind of a thing. Now before understanding report, let us understand what is the report. Okay, so report means, for example, if you go to Google and you would like to see a report, reports are called as nowadays a summary, dashboard. People will say dashboard. Nowadays reports are called as a dashboards. Okay, when you click on a dashboard, this is a report only. When you go to images, now this is what is a report. Have you seen this? Now, this is what we're going to be creating with the help of a Power BI, with the help of SSRS, with the help of a Tableau. So the data will be in the textual format. But now there is no text, lot of indicators. These are called KPIs. These are called these are called These are called KPIs, key performance indicators. These are called reports. These are called visualizations. These are called what? A charts. Clear. And a lot of these are what is called summary reports. So lot of synonyms are given. So end of the day, you convert business data, business transactional data into this kind of a visualizations with the help of a reporting tools. So this kind of a things we can also do in Excel. Clear? But in Excel, more manual work can be done, but I wanted to do more of automation. Automation will be done with the help of SSRS or Excel reports. So this is what reporting means. This kind of a things we're going to be creating. This is what is called a dashboard. Clear? So you can use any tool you can use. A lot of tools are available. So using any one of the software, you should be able to create. Clear? That's what you need to understand. See, when I say dashboard, it is telling me analytics. It is telling me business dashboard. It is telling me data, car, blah blah. It is telling Excel. So a lot of dashboards also can be created with the help of Excel. Clear? So it is a performance dashboard, call center dashboard. So templates, lot of things are available. So this kind of a dashboards we're going to be creating and giving it to our company. Clear? But what is a report means? Report means a visualization. Clear? So now I'm going to be creating a report. Okay. Now report means what? It is understand technically. Now, whenever you wanted to showcase the data, any report will have three parts. So report will have a header, report will have a footer. Remember this point. Okay. In the header, we are going to be giving you a company address, right? So now you don't see any company address, company name there, but every company will showcase their company name and company logo. So these are available in the header. So this is what is called a header, right? This is what is called a footer of a report. And where you have a page number, you have a page number, and this is what is called a body of the report. So this is where you can visualize lot of data. Clear? So this is what is called the body. In the body, we are going to be showing the data of the company in a different formats. Clear? So what is a report means? A report is going to be divided into header, body, and footer. In the footer, you will have page numbers and everything. So where is the data that you're going to be getting it? The data will be stored in different data sources. Clear? So as we discussed, what are the data sources you can have? The data source could be Excel or maybe SQL or any database you can have it, or you can have any cube you can create, or you can create a data warehouse, or you may have the data in Java or .NET, or you may use any drivers. Clear? Lot of drivers you can use. With the help of a driver, you should be able to connect. For example, what are the drivers? ODBC driver we can use. We can also use OLEDB drivers. What are these? These are the two drivers anybody can use to connect to any other applications. Clear? So SSRS is telling us you can use any data source. Data source could be Excel, SQL, blah, blah, blah. If you don't have your data source here, you can use these drivers. Using ODBC driver, OLEDB driver, you should be able to connect to any other server. For example, somebody says, I have data in Facebook. How do I get my data? I have a data in the Twitter. How do I get the data? I have a data in the WhatsApp. How do I get the data? To get the data, you can use these two drivers, ODBC, OLEDB drivers, connected to those applications and get the WhatsApp data, Twitter data, Quicker data, Facebook data, or X application data, Y application data. Or you know that that application is developed in Java.NET, we can also connect to Java directly. So data source can be anything where the data is available. You should be able to get the data from that server. So this is one thing. Once you get the data source, the next one, what we normally we do, we create what is called as a data set. Okay, data set means what? Let us understand. Data set means a SQL query, or it could be a stored procedure. It could be MDX query, or it could be a DAX query. Clear? So this is what is called a data set. For example, you go to a data source. Now you go, data source means you need to provide a server name. Server name will give dot. Dot means what? Local SQL server. We give a database. Morning we have created a database name. For example, a database name is called Amazon database. So Amazon database is going to be, having Amazon database is available in this server. You connect it to this data source. What is the data source? Data source means you need to go to the server and pick up the a database. Now within the database, you have thousands of tables. But which table data I need? So that is where you write what? You write a query. So writing a query is called as a data set, or you write a stored procedure, or you write a MDX query. MDX means when you use a cube, we're going to be MDX and everything. If you're using cubes, MDX and DAX are created. So all these things you should know. What is a DAX? What is a MDX? What is a cube? What is a SQL server? All these things you should know, so that you should be able to go to this server and write a query, and you should be able to create a data set. So you got some data with the help of a query or a stored procedure or MDX or everything. Everything we're going to be learning next 45 days. Don't worry. So this is what we discussed. Done. So second one thing, data set you have created. The third one. So I got the data. I wanted to display. Where the display is going to be happening? The next step is display is going to be happening here. So for the display purpose, we are going to be using different things. We may use charts. We may create a tables here. Okay. I would like to show the charts, tables, or I can give different KPIs. I can use a matrix. A lot of things are available to display the data. Clear? You get the data from different servers. I wanted to show the data in a KPI format. Clear? So that is what is called a will say dashboard. Clear? So that's what is very important. So what is this? So now I'm going to show the data. Now this is what is called a table, and these are called charts. Now you can see a table here. Have you seen this small table and this charts? So you can show the data in a table format, chart format, this format, gauge control, indicators. So however you want, this is a small table this side, and this is what is again chart. Clear? So how you wanted to show the data? So the displaying purpose, we are going to be using what is called as a data items. Clear? These are called as a data items or called as a data regions. Clear? So chart is a data region, data item, tables and KPIs, matrix, lot of things we're going to be discussing in your Power BI as well as in your SSRS. Clear? So and once you create a report, so here we're going to be creating, let us say, sales.rdl file. This is the RDL extension that we'll get in your SSRS report. SSRS reports are completely RDL. R stands for what? I'll tell you. R stands for report definition. Okay, reported definition language. This is one more language. So RDL files are completely XML files. What is XML? Don't worry about. This is one more file. You think like that. Clear? So whenever you create a report, you have to get the data from the data source, and going to the data source, you write a query or a MDX and stored procedure. What is MDX? What is DAX? All these things you're going to be learning later. No worries. And for the displaying purpose, we use data items or data regions. So this is how we display the data. And when you save the report, you get a RDL file in SSRS. What is RDL? Which is a report definition language file, which is a purely XML. What is XML? Just leave it. Okay, don't worry about what is XML, what is it, what is that. So which is RDL file created. Now this is what is called a report. Okay, so report means what? Report means it is a collection of two things. Collection of design. How you wanted to show the data, that is what is called layout. Okay, layout means a design. I would like to display data like this. I would like to display sales data like this. This is design, and actual data that you're going to be displaying. So report means design plus data. So this is what is called a report. So report can be created with the Power BI. Report can be created with the SSRS. Report can be created with Excel. So how is that? I would like to have the design. Plus what kind of a data I wanted to show, and what kind of a charts I can use it. So layout means I would like to have a chart, I would like to have a table, I want to have a red color, blue color, black color, I would like to increase the font, decrease the font, complete formatting, everything will be done with the help of in your layout only. Clear? So report means layout plus data. That's what you need to understand. When you create a power, when you create SSRS report, you are going to be getting RDL files. When you create a Power BI reports, you will be able to get sales.pbi. Clear? Sales.pbi, that is Power BI reports. Clear? You will be able to, you should be able to store the file as .pba. PBA means what? Power BI reports. SSRS report means what? RDL files. So that's what you need to understand. So everywhere, what is that you're going to be having? Data sources and data sets, something like this. Clear? Any questions, guys?
Sir, what is XML?
XML is I will not be able to tell you right away, but which is a one more language given by W3C organization for storing the data. Okay, you don't understand what is XML as of now. We will discuss this in our SQL Server classes specially. Clear?
Okay.
Because you don't understand if I tell you what is extensible markup language, why is this, why is that, you don't understand clearly. But you should know one point that XML is a language to store your data. Clear? So as of now, you remember that. We'll discuss what is XML in our SQL Server classes. Clear? Okay.
Sir,
And
XML is similar to HTML.
that is wrong. Okay, it is not similar to HTML because many people think that. So this is what is the problem of HTML and XML. Many people, what they say, markup language and markup language. HTML, the
Yes, correct.
purpose is showing data. It is for the formatting purpose. Okay. So XML is not for formatting purpose, which is completely storing data, which is going to be storing data. Data exchange purpose normally we're going to be using HTML and XML. Both of them are completely different. Clear? Completely
Okay,
different.
sir.
Compare with HTML to XML. So we will discuss that later. Clear? So XML means
Okay, sir.
extendable markup language. Why is that is introduced into the IT industry? What is the reason for it? We'll discuss later. So as of now, don't worry about it. Yeah. Clear, guys.
Okay.
So clear. So from tomorrow, I'm going to be showing how to create a project with the SSRS, and we'll create multiple reports. Now, if you tell me how to create a report means, so you have to create a project first, then add a new report and create a data source, data set, data region. So these remaining topics are will be the same. When you create one report, thousands of reports, we are going to be creating a simple multiple reports, and reportings are very, very simple. Once you create a report, the next step is that we are going to be deploying the report to the servers. What servers? To the websites. Clear? So that also we'll see after 1 week. So how the end user can see the reports, everything we are going to be doing, and all the reports will get published or to the deployed to the a website of the company. Clear? So all these things we're going to be discussing. As of now, a reporting means what is a data visualization tool. We can create a lot of dashboards, summary reports with the help of normal data. Clear? So we'll see tomorrow how to use, how to create a project, how to create a simple report. Creating reports are very, very simple, but you should know bit of SQL. Clear? Anyhow, morning 6:30 SQL classes are going on. You can attend that batch if you want to attend. If you don't know SQL, it will be difficult, guys. Okay. Thank you so much. So we'll continue tomorrow. So guys, I need to have your email IDs. Please send me your email IDs in the chat window.